and welcome to Drag Me. I'm your host, Leeja Miller, your lost bisexual friend who doesn't know what she's talking about. Today we're talking about episode 11 of All-Star 7, Variety Extravaganza. All right, today, this is gonna be quick. Why? A couple things. One, there's not really a runway. We just have the variety show. Not that that's not a lot to talk about, but probably gonna be shorter. Also, your girl's about to go on vacation, okay? This is a quick little bop, bop, bop. We got to get it done because I'm in vacation mode. My friends, you'll notice last time I talked about my hair being too poofy. This time I just blow dried it and I like it better. I think I just need to take a straightening iron to it to like straighten it, make it chic. I think that's the end vibe. Didn't do it today. I'm not even wearing a bra today, my friends. So you're getting me in the raw dogging it out here. Okay. I'm going to Ireland for a wedding. On the Irish countryside. I mean, can you believe it? And she's my friend from here. She meets this Irishman while she's in London for work. They fall in love. They move to Ireland during the pandemic. Plus, she's like beautiful and charming. I mean, barf. Like, she's so perfect. I love her so much. So it's going to be really fun. And I'm so excited. Let's do this thing. Let's talk about Drag Race. This was a really fun episode. At the beginning of the episode, Jinx had 4, Shea had 1. And it felt as though there was no hope for Shea. But, if you were here last week, you'll know that I called it. I fucking called it. I was like, there's no way. There's not going to be a shakeup. I know Rue has something up her dirty little sleeves. Something's going to happen, and there's going to be more stars given out, and Shay's going to either get a chance to get things shook up and get some extra stars, or, like, at the very least, there'll be some hope for it. And I called it, all right? So this time, the winners of this final challenge got 3 stars each, because that's the exact number of stars, it turns out, to really make an upset happen, and Rue knew it. She knew it, and she did it. Okay, so we start the whole episode off. They have their tic-tac chit-chat, which they always do towards the end of these seasons. I've seen 3 seasons, 3.5 total seasons of Drag Race, and this seems to be a theme. I don't know when it started. I will say I thought the bowl of Tic Tacs was a lot bigger than it actually was. When Jinx went up and grabbed it, see, you get the bowl looks huge, but in actuality, really tiny bowl. And based on like context clues, I think what I've seen little clips of, like they used to have like a plate where they'd put a single Tic Tac on it because like being on a diet and being skinny, you know, it's a funny joke, but now it's kind of off color. So they probably just keep the Tic Tacs off to the side as a fun remembrance of times past, but don't actually make the joke that we're going to starve ourselves into being thin, which in good taste, similar probably to the choice of changing it from may the best woman win to may the best drag queen win. You got to keep up with the times, you know what I mean? Anyway, so for these tic-tac chit-chats, I've always wondered, is this a podcast? Like, are they recording a podcast? Is there a podcast out there where RuPaul drops tic-tac chit-chats? Or is it just like RuPaul living out her like weird talk show fantasy? Not weird, valid. Her talk show fantasy, because as far as I know, she hasn't had one yet. You think that's the next logical leap for RuPaul once she decides that Drag Race can live on without her, or once she decides she wants to expand beyond Drag Race? Talk show? That makes sense, right? That's probably the next logical step, and this just feels like a circle jerky talk show opportunity. But it is nice because it gets us a little bit more inside knowledge of the queens, a little background knowledge, we get a little personal. It's usually a fun time. Oh. Moira's upset, though. I'm not going to go through what everyone said. I will say Trinity's story, well, just her talking about, like, she's proud that she's from the South, and, like, she's hopeful that if a little kid sees her and lives in Alabama, that kid can have hope, that they're okay and things will be okay. Like, that got me choked up. I am PMSing this week, so, like, I was ripe for the tears, but that one got me. All right. And I will say it's really nice that they are giving money to charities. I know a lot of times these things are kind of like lip service or like performative, but even just having these queens announce the different charities that they're giving to or that they want to give to brings a national spotlight to some smaller charities that are really important. So I thought that was cool, even if it is, you know, lip service. I will also say during Evie's interview, she starts talking about like this awful abuse that she suffers, was like having a really deep moment, and the editors put like royalty free R&B in the background.
Some of my earliest childhood memories are of like watching my mom being abused.
It was a weird editing choice for me. Okay, and then 𝗏𝗧 talks about, when she was younger, and I love to picture 𝗏𝗧 in the clubs in the 90s. There's something I love about like gays in their late 40s, 50s, 60s. Like they're a little bit grizzled. I mean that as a compliment. Like they've seen some shit. They're a little jaded, but in a fun way. Like they got a good sense of humor. And they've like been places. You can see it in their eyes. Okay, so then we get to the talent show. This is the opportunity for all these queens to show off their skills and their talents. And I love a good talent show, but I gotta say, the number of queens who just performed their own songs. Does this happen all the time in these talent shows? Because man, I was expecting like acrobatics and violin playing and like, talents, not like, here's the song that a producer made that doesn't sound like what I sound like even a little bit, and I'll do a little dance to it. It felt like a 4th grade talent show, where you memorized the lyrics to like I'm Blue and then did like a song with your best friends that you had like practiced in their basement for a while. That's how some of this felt like. No shade, but like a little shade, all right? Trinity came out, performed her own song. It was fun. It was a little bit campy with the giant belt buckle. I loved the end. Just gets doused in iced tea. That was fun. The song didn't wow me. The dancing was fine, but like I got the concept. It was fun. It didn't wow me. Yvie performed her own song. I did like how she came out of the box at the beginning. I loved her outfit, and then her acrobatics were really impressive. That part to me was like, okay, there's the talent. Like, look at her jump around. I didn't realize that she had an illness that was kind of debilitating, so that was interesting to learn about her, and then to see her do that, and clearly it meant a lot to her to be able to kind of like do those things that she knows are gonna go away for her. That's heartbreaking. I can't imagine. So it was really cool to watch her do that, and she was really good, and that was impressive. Okay, and then Jada performed her own song. It was fun. I liked the 90s theme. I still don't get the look over there line. I get that that's like her line, but like, why? I don't know. It was fine. Okay, then Jinx came out and she actually sang live, and it sounded great. Like, I don't know if she has musical theater training, but like her voice sounded great. Her character voice is great. And then she deep-throated the microphone and didn't even get off key. That's impressive. That's a talent, my friends. Plus, it looked like she was just having a lot of fun because she really didn't have to worry about this because she already had a guaranteed spot in the finale. So she got to just go up there and have a fun time. And it showed that she wasn't like putting too much pressure on herself. It just kind of flowed naturally, and she was great. And she looked great. And then right after Jinx, we have 𝗟𝗍, who it's like the opposite. She's got so much riding on this. And honestly, I know I just gave a lot of shade to the girls that were performing their own songs. This was a bop. This was a bop, and she looked amazing. It was very Janet Jackson, but it also had like a lot of Beyonce energy. Like the fan in her hair, the whole ensemble, she looked gorgeous. And I really liked the song. I liked hearing her lower register singing. I don't know. It was a bop. Okay, and then 𝗏𝗧 comes out and she does her dance inspired by, or the exact dance from her culture, Billy Bali, the island nation of Bali. Have you guys seen Never Been Kissed? I have seen Never Been Kissed so many times that I know every line to it. And you remember at the beginning, she introduces herself to the class, and a boy comes in as she's trying to introduce herself. She turns, she thinks it's Billy from her high school. So she says Billy, and then realizes it's not him, and that she's still standing in front of the class. So she says Billy Bali, the island nation. And then the teacher's like, Bali, fascinating. Anyway, this is from Bali. I wish I had more cultural knowledge to know like the context or like how she did, but it was really important to her. It was really cool. She looked gorgeous. It was fun to see, and it clearly meant a lot to her, which then made it more powerful to watch her do it, because clearly it meant a lot. And then, when they were doing the judging, going down the line, and she was able to talk about how it was like for her father, and that I was like full crying tears. Like that was clearly, it meant so much to her, and she just was like happy to be able to put that on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I think it was really cool to see that. All right, and then the Vivienne comes out and performs her own song. Honestly, this one was a bop. This was like, I would dance to this at the clubs. It was a fun song. The dancing was lackluster. Like she just walked from like one end of the stage to the other, and that was how she ended it. I don't know. It was fine. But the song was a bop. Okay, and then 𝗏𝗡. 𝗏𝗡 comes on. This, a beautiful drag queen in pink with tall hair, looking gorgeous, singing bass opera. That is like peak camp. As I was watching it, I was like, this is brilliant. Like this is artistry at its finest. And she sounded fucking amazing. You might not know this about me. I don't remember if I've mentioned this during this season. I think I have. I am a classically trained opera singer. I haven't done it in years. I did it in high school. Won a lot of competitions. I was voted most musical in my high school, but now it's just a fun party trick that I can like sing Mozart arias. Because of this, I can really simplify? What's the word? Sympathize. Holy shit, I think I just had a stroke. I can really sympathize with the clip that they showed of the last time she tried to sing on Drag Race. I haven't seen that, but she sounded like shit. But the thing was, she was singing completely out of her register. And like, as a classically trained opera singer, it is very hard to sing in a style that isn't opera if that's how you've been trained, especially for me at least, because I'm a very visual person. So like I looked at the words on the page and the notes on the page, and that's how I learned music. I'm not like an auditory learner. So, but you also learn like very specific vowel formations, very open vowels, very open vocals, very heavy breath support from the stomach. And so you can sound amazing singing a Mozart aria and then sound like shit singing like a pop song. So like I personally don't love karaoke because I sound like shit and everyone else sounds like shit. But like there's this weird expectation that's like, oh, she can sing. I can't sing Party in the USA and sound good. Hell no. I'm a soprano. I can't belt like Kelly Clarkson, you know? I can sing in my head voice with a beautiful vibrato as a soprano. Similarly, 𝗏𝗡 can sing in her chest voice beautifully and sound just absolutely gorgeous with like a pure tone, beautiful vowels, open, great breath support. It does not translate well to like pop music. It can translate to musical theater a little bit better, but like pop music, I can't sing it to save my life. You have to unlearn everything you've learned in operatic singing to be able to sing pop songs. Like even the vowels, you have to like flatten all your vowels. You have to move all your breath support into your nose and get a lot nasalier. You have to actually like reduce your breath support because a lot of singers use their throats to sing, which is why so many singers have vocal problems with like polyps and whatever other shit can happen to your vocal cords because they sing with their throat, because that's the pop style that pop stars are supposed to sound like. If you sing with great breath support and long open vowels, you sound like an opera singer. It's healthy for your vocal cords, but it doesn't sound like, you know, traditional contemporary pop music. So it's really hard if you've been trained in that style to then also sing in a pop music style. People that can do it, I'm very impressed by it. I never figured out how to do it. Like I sound fine, but like I don't sound good. I sound great as an opera singer. I sound mediocre as a pop singer. Anyway, that's my shtick. I was impressed. I was like goosebumps. Like I'm a sucker for opera as it is, but like she sounded amazing. And to see her singing like that in a dress with a beautiful giant wig on top of it in her bass, oh my gosh. I was like, that was easily the best performance of the night. Like that's a talent. That's a talent for a talent show, you know? Like that was impressive and well done and gorgeous. Okay, and then obviously 𝗏𝗡 wins. Okay, well deserved. Sounded great. She looked beautiful. And then of course the upset of the night, 𝗟 wins, moving from 1 star to 4 stars and sealing her fate in one of the top 4 for the finale after spending the entire season with 1 single star. And I called that shit. But it was deserved. I thought her song was a bop. I thought she looked amazing. She came out, she fucking killed it. She knew a lot was riding on this, but she didn't let it freak her out. And she did great. I thought it was perfectly deserved. I thought Monet and 𝗧, a great ending to the season. Well, not ending, but, you know, final episode before the finale. They deserved it. They looked beautiful. They performed well. Well deserved. Okay, and then Monet was put in the horrifying position to have to choose the final of the 4 contestants. That was cruel and unusual. Rue. That was too much. But she chose Trinity, and I think this is kind of where I noted before Trinity being willing to kind of drop things and really help a lot of the queens throughout this season. I noticed that even though I haven't seen her in other seasons. It was a notable feature of her even this season, and I think it pays off. And here it is. It paid off because Monet paid it forward, and now she's in the top 4. And any one of those other girls could have gotten it. And that's that. So it's going to be Monet, 𝗧, Jinx, and Trinity in the top 4. But then, of course, Rue's got something else up her dirty little sleeves. And the other 4 girls are going to also compete in a final 4. Of course. Classic. So now we're left with the finale next week, or this week, because I get these out late. This week, we have the final 4, top 4, Jinx, Monet, 𝗧, and Trinity performing to be crowned the queen of all queens. And then the other 4 girls are competing to also win their own crown and cash prize. So it's going to be truly a 𝗦𝗨𝗪𝗧𝗏 smackdown for the crown for the ages. Can't wait to see it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I know I am. I will be waiting with bated breath to find out who wins. And we will touch base next week once all the dust has settled and the winners have been announced. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. Reminder that you can also listen to this in podcast form wherever you get your podcasts or linked down below. This has been fun. Next time you see me, I'll have just gotten back from a lovely European vacation, where frankly it's going to be like 70 and raining the whole time, and I cannot wait because I'm so sick of being sweaty here in Minnesota. So it's like a reverse vacation. Put me in a trench coat in the rain. I cannot wait. All right, thank you so much for listening today. I will see you guys next week to discuss the finale. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.